Hi students, I thought I'd jump on here just real quickly. I don't have much time left of my prep. So today, don't forget, if you're not here, you're either quarantined or out sick, what we're doing today in class is we're going to do the bell ringer. How do nitrates affect water quality? And if you remember, nitrates reduce dissolved oxygen because they encourage algae bloom, which takes over all the dissolved oxygen. No dissolved oxygen, it's really hard for any fish to breathe because that's what they pass over their gills for breathing. So people do not want to drink nitrates. It's a chemical that is not healthy for us, okay? So then the kids are going to work with partners and do the MiniLab. I'm going to be attaching the MiniLab because it's not really like you have to do actual physically lab materials. You answer questions. So those of you who are not here today, you will be required to make it up. So you need to read those questions and then answer them based on the data that's provided on the graph. It's also in your book on page 318. It's the little MiniLab that's on page 318 in your book. All right, so one thing that you need to understand is what leaching of water means, because you may not understand what that means. And if you don't understand that, then you're kind of lost. So in class, we're going to discuss that the leaching of water basically is leaking. It leaches. They're talking about sewage water. Everybody knows sewage water is toilet water, right? And so if it's not properly moved past wells, then it can actually seep through the ground and get into your well water. And although some of that stuff is filtered naturally through the ground, not all of it is. So think of that stuff going into your well water. Yuck. Because the well water is the water you drink. The sewage or septic is the waste that's being moved. So if it's not properly moved past your well water, or it's above your well water, if they send it out above your well water and your well water's down here, then it makes its way down to your well water. But if they connect the septic to go underneath your well, then the water that you're drinking is safer, okay? Now, don't forget runoff carries nitrates and stuff in it if people are using it on their lawns and everything. So that's another reason why we don't want those chemicals to be used, especially for those of us who are on wells, that we get our water from the ground and that stuff passes through and ends up in our drinking water. Okay, so you have to understand that to do the activity. That leaching happens in your bottled water. The chemicals that make up the plastic, they'll leach into the actual water. They'll pass, that's why they tell you not to microwave and plastic and stuff. Those chemicals can make their way into the water or the liquid, and then you actually ingest them, okay? So leaching doesn't just happen in the ground. It happens, styrofoam cups leach out chemicals into whatever you pour in there, your cocoa, your hot coffee, whatever. Those chemicals leach into it. So it's the moving through water into water, and remember, water is the universal solvent, so it's like, yeah, sure, come on in. Okay, so that's what you need to understand in order to answer questions 1, 2, and 3. All right, have a great day.